come on in, join me, sit down, get comfy, because today I've got a MAC video for you. I'm going to be talking all about MAC cosmetics and giving you my thoughts and opinions on them, because MAC very much used to be the brand, didn't it? Honestly, if you were into makeup about 10-15 years ago, you would have had MAC in your collection, and probably quite a lot of MAC products, because they were the brand to have, and everybody was talking about them, weren't they, on YouTube and everywhere else. Makeup Alley, do any of you remember Makeup Alley online? Before we had YouTube videos, we'd go on there and talk about makeup. Anyway, digressing, I'm going to be talking to you about MAC today, because this weekend just gone, I actually went to the MAC counter in John Lewis because I wanted to replace my cream colour base. The cream colour bases that MAC do, they're like a creamy highlighter, they're beautiful, and I've used this particular one for many years, and I'd run out, so I wanted to replace it. And when I got there, I bought that, and the lady said that they're on offer at the moment. If you spend £60, you get a free gift. And I looked at the gift, and it was a really nice one, and it was actually worth having. So I thought, oh, okay. So I bought my cream colour base, and I bought another product as well. I got one of their liquid lip products. I'll show it you properly later. And that took me over the threshold for getting the gift. And look at it. Look at this bag. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? To say I got this for free, this lovely makeup bag with a zip that goes all around it. It says MAC there on the zip. It's got a lovely zip. It's really nice, and it says MAC, and it's got this lovely reflective but see-through cover and a handle, and I really liked it. And I thought, this alone, you know, I mean, how much would this be? And you get 4 full-size products. You get those 4 full-size products. So I'm just going to open it and show you now. And I believe this offer is on for spring. So this spring 2025, if you are anywhere near a MAC counter, go in and have a look, because you know, if you want to get a couple of products and spend £60, you might be able to get one of these. And it's got all this annoying sort of paper in it, which I don't even know if you can recycle this, can you? Because it's a bit plasticky, but oh well. I've got a MAC Stack Mascara, which is in here, and this is a really good size for like a free sample. You know, they're usually quite diddy, aren't they, the free samples? So I'm going to be using this today, because I haven't used that before. You get a full-size lip pencil in the shade Whirl. Yeah, in the shade Whirl, which is a lovely sort of natural nude colour. So I'm going to use that today as well. And you also get a little sample size of the strobe cream. Now, I don't know if you remember strobe cream, but this was the original liquid highlighter that you could put on either under your foundation or over your foundation. So before we had Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter and all of those products, this was the liquid highlighter that we had, that everybody was using. So I'm not going to use that today. I'm not really feeling the need for a highlighter today. And you also get one of these Glow Play lip balms. Tender Talk lip balm it's called, and the lady on the counter said to me it's one of those pH adjusting lip balms. Don't know how I feel about that, really. I think they just all go that sort of pinky shade, don't they? It looks like a really bright pink in there, but it's not. It's just a lip balm, and it actually feels really nice on the lips. So I might use this today, or I might not. I'll decide when I get to lips, but I'll definitely be using this a lot through the summer. I think that's really nice. And so you get those 4 products and a lovely makeup bag at the moment if you go to MAC and spend over £60. So I thought that was all right. So I wanted to show you today, because I knew I wanted to film a MAC video. So I wanted my cream colour base, and got that while I was there. So let's get started then. I'm going to put my hairband in before I start applying the makeup, because my hair is doing its natural wavy curly thing today, because when I washed it I couldn't be bothered to blow dry it properly, so I just got the diffuser out and just went over it with the diffuser, and this is what we're left with. But that's all right, never mind. So MAC. Now, if you saw last week my video that I did on products that didn't work out for me, you might be quite surprised that I'm doing this video, because I spoke about the new MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation and how I didn't like it, and how I've never really liked any of MAC foundations. First of all, the colours are always slightly off, and I've never found a formula from MAC that I felt sat nicely on my skin. This one in particular, I just felt that it emphasised texture, it didn't control my oil, and I didn't find it to be particularly long lasting. So not really into this one. I think I'm going to pass it on to my daughter, because she has better luck with MAC foundations than I do, so I'm going to give that on to her. So while I was at the MAC counter the other day, I got a sample of their MAC Studio Radiance foundation. I didn't want to buy a full bottle, because I thought, what if I don't like it again? You know, I don't want to waste my money. So I got one of these little samples, and it's the Studio Radiance foundation, and I have it in the shade NW11. Now, this foundation comes in 56 shades, which is quite an impressive number of shades, isn't it? It's meant to be serum infused, it's got hyaluronic acid in it, and it's meant to have some really good skincare benefits in it. So, I don't know, I don't really see the point of skincare in foundation, because if you've got all your skincare on and then you've got your SPF on, nothing should be getting through that really, and then you might have a primer on as well. So by the time we've got all those layers on, any skincare benefits in your foundation isn't really going to get through, is it? So I don't know how I feel about that, but I thought I'm going to give this a try. You know, if I like it, then brilliant. If I don't like it, it's only a sample, so I've not wasted any money. So I'm going to go in with my fingers into this little sample pot here, and I'm going to just apply this without a primer or anything. So already I'm feeling that that's quite light. But the lady did say that this foundation oxidizes. So if you have a usual shade in MAC foundations, she did say in this particular foundation, you might want to go a bit lighter, because, oh, that's a lot, isn't it? She did say that it will oxidize in the first 30 seconds to a minute, which I thought was nice of her to tell me that. You know, it's nice of her to be honest, isn't it, and tell me that. I suppose she has to, really, doesn't she? Because if she didn't, I wouldn't be happy with it, and I'd go back and complain. So, okay, the texture is thicker than I was expecting, actually. For a serum foundation, I was expecting it to be quite thin and watery, and it's not really. It does have quite a viscous, thicker texture to it. What do I think of the coverage? Well, it's covered my redness nicely, hasn't it? Yeah. I forgot to say, I had prepped my skin just before. I'd put my moisturiser on and my SPF. So I'd done all that before I started filming. I'm feeling very pale at the moment. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit like Casper the Ghost. So I hope it's going to hurry up and oxidise. Or else I'll be having to use a lot of bronzer. So there we are then, foundation is on. The next step is concealer. Now, I don't have a MAC concealer. Again, I don't particularly like them. I've used the Pro Longwear one, you know, the one that comes in the bottle with the pump. I've used that in the past, and I've used the one that comes in the little pot. What's it called? Is it called Studio Fix Concealer? I think I've used both of them, and they're okay. I've never really been that impressed with them, so I thought I'm not going to buy one just for the sake of this video. Not going to waste my money. So instead, for concealer, I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown stick. And I thought it's okay, because Bobbi Brown and MAC, they're both part of the Estee Lauder umbrella company, aren't they? So I thought it's fine, it's all part of the same thing. And I'm just going to go into the very inner corners of my eyes with this. And I'm going to blend it in with this MAC concealer brush, which has got a nice rounded top. It's slightly slanted, and it's got quite soft but firm bristles. I really do like this brush. And when we're talking about standout products from MAC, I think their brushes are among some of their standout products, and they've been some of the my favourite brushes that I've ever used actually for doing my makeup. There we are. So it actually started, the company actually started in 1984. So it's one of the oldest makeup companies, isn't it now? It started in Canada. And I remember MAC coming to the UK in the 90s, I want to say, sort of mid to late 90s, I remember MAC. And as I say, I think it started as very much a makeup artist's brand, didn't it? They did all of the sort of professional colours and the range, the eyeshadows. Oh my goodness, I've never seen so many eyeshadows in all the different colours. They did the palettes that you could customise yourself. You could make up your own palettes. I think MAC was one of the only companies doing that at the time, and that was a real selling point for the brand, I thought. So okay, so I've got my base on. Let's move on to some setting powder now. And one of my all-time favourite products from MAC is their blotting powder. So I have combination oily skin, and I never go anywhere without this powder. It's my favourite one. I find it really does control oil down my T-zone. So I'm just going to go in with this brush. This isn't a MAC brush actually, this is just an old Morphe one, but I just find the size and the shape of it is ideal for using my setting powder. So I'm just going to run this down that centre panel of my face where I can get a bit oily. There we go. Has it oxidised, do we think? Has it darkened up any, that foundation? I don't know, I'm not sure. I have to be really honest, I don't particularly like the way it's sitting in this area here. I'm getting the polka dot pores, you know, where you can see the foundation sitting in the pores. So I've got a bit of that going on, and it's freshly applied. So I'm not holding out much hope for how it's going to go, you know, through the day if I was to have a long day. Yeah, I'm not sure, and I say I'm not mad about the colour either. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So I really, whoa, dropped my powder. That's not good, is it? I think it's okay though. Anyway, so I really like that powder. I also really like MAC bronzers, and I have this one in a lovely cool toned shade. It's called Medium Rosy, and it's a matte skin finish powder. And I'm going to do quite a cool toned look today because I'm fairly neutral, leaning cool in my colouring, and there aren't that many videos on YouTube actually demonstrating cool toned makeup colours, I don't think. There's a few, but I haven't been able to find very many, and there's so many warm toned eyeshadow palettes and things around. So I thought today I'm gonna get out my cool toned colours and do a look like that, because I know quite a lot of you that watch me are cool toned as well, so hopefully you'll find it useful. So this bronzer then, here it is, it's in Medium Rosy, as I said, and it's one of their matte skin finish bronzers. And I'm going to put some of this on with my Real Techniques multitask brush. I love this little brush. I've had it for ages, but it's still so good. And it's just the right size and shape for bronzer as well on my face. Oh, that just goes on so nicely. I really like that. Compare it with the other side. Lovely. Just gives a nice sort of gentle sculpting effect on my cheekbone there. That's really nice. And we'll do some down the nose, bit across the forehead for balance, and a little bit on the chin. There we go. That's sorted the foundation out a bit. I don't look quite like a ghost anymore, do I? So that's that. Now moving on to blush. I've got two blushes from MAC. I've got one of their Mineralise blushes, and this one is in the shade Warm Soul, and it's lovely. It's a beautiful colour. It's quite a neutral, sort of natural, sort of beigey nude tone with a little bit of shimmer in it, but nothing sparkly or anything like that. And I've also got one of their satin finish powder blushes, and this one is in the shade Fleur Power. And I think because we're doing a cool toned look today, I'm going to go in with this pinky toned one. And I've actually got a MAC brush to apply this. Look at the little travel size short handle, and this is their slanted cheek brush. I do love a slanted cheek brush when I apply blusher. That sentence wasn't easy to say. Slanted cheek brush to apply blush. So let's go in with a bit of this, tap off any excess, and I'm just going to place it quite high up on the top of my cheekbone area and blend it in. That just gives a lovely rosy flush to my cheek. And again, same on the other side. There. That's really nice. Yeah. I feel like I've got quite a healthy glow now, actually. This is good. It's going well now. So next, I think I'm going to do my eyebrows and just go over my microblading. Now, another one of MAC's products that I really do like are these eyebrow pencils. And I've got two. I've got them in different colours. I've got one here in the shade Amiga. And if you are blonde, if you're very, very fair-haired, or if you have grey hair, Amiga is lovely because there's no warmth in it at all. It's quite a grey brown. But if you are very, very blonde or grey, that would suit you in your eyebrows. And the other one I have is in the shade Redhead. Now, I know I'm not a redhead, but I've got quite a bit of warmth in my hair. I think I'm a sort of a, don't know, strawberry blonde, am I? It's like a warm blonde, isn't it? And I really like this one because it's not like a red. It's not like ginger or anything, is it? But I just like the tone of that. And I know we're going for a cool toned look today, but I find this more flattering on my eyebrows. I think because I do have the warmth in my hair. I've got cool toned skin, but warm toned hair. So I'm going to go in with this one today and just sharpen up those brows a little bit. Yeah, that's really nice. I've actually just sharpened this pencil too. So yeah, it's got a lot of pigment there. And you do have the spoolie on the other end as well, so you can go over it. That is actually a really lovely flattering shade on me. Yeah. So what do you think about MAC products? Did you use them back in the day when we were all using them? Do let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested in what other people used to use and what they still use. Are you still using any of those products now that you used to use back in the day? That's the sign of a good product, isn't it? When it stands the test of time like that. I think that says a lot about a product. Okay, there we go. Brows are on. Now, eyeshadows. I need to do a primer first, don't I? And one of my favourite eyeshadow primers in the world are these MAC paint pots. And I have this in the shade Painterly. And these are fantastic. They come in all sorts of colours, but I use this one. It's quite a cool toned, fleshy nude colour. And I just go in with my finger and use it as an eyeshadow primer on my eyes. If you wanted to get one of the more colourful ones, you certainly could do that and just have it as a one and done. Just, you know, use that as an all over shadow on its own. Groundwork is a popular shade. That's more of a darker brown. Or you can use them still as a base if you want a more richer colour as your eyeshadow base. You could use one of them. There used to be one called Rubenesque. Do you remember that? It was like a peachy toned one. I don't know if they still do Rubenesque, but I used to like that back in the day as well. So for eyeshadows then, I love these little palettes. Have you seen these in the shops? I really, really like them. This one is called Encrypted Kryptonite, and this one is called Embedded in Burgundy, and I think they're both beautiful. If you are a cool toned person, let me first of all show you the burgundy one. So yeah, it is what it says. It's those lovely sort of pinky, that's like a mauvey pink, so's that one, and you've got your burgundies. That is gorgeous as well. If you have blue or green eyes, I think that would be lovely on you. But the one I'm going to use today is this one, Encrypted Kryptonite, because at the moment I'm going through a bit of a phase of loving grey eyeshadows. And if you remember Satin Taupe, that's Satin Taupe there, you've got this lovely matte grey here, a nice creamy highlight. You've got these lovely deeper shades here to use either as liners or to darken up the outer corner, and a nice more shimmery highlighty shade there. And again, if you have green eyes or blue eyes, I think these shades are absolutely beautiful. Probably if you have brown eyes too, actually, but I don't have brown eyes, so I don't know. If you do, then let me know what colours of eyeshadow do you like to use. So I'm going to go in with my MAC eyeshadow brush as well. If you've seen my makeup videos before, you'll know that most of my eye makeup brushes are by MAC. I've had them for many, many years. They're still going strong. I'm still using them. And I'm going to start off with this matte grey shade here, and I'm going to put some of this on my 217. There we go. Did any of you used to watch Pixie Woo back in the day? Sam and Nick, sisters, aren't they? They're both makeup artists, and they both used to work for MAC, and I think they were some of the first people doing makeup tutorials on YouTube. And yeah, I used to love watching them. I'd go to MAC and I'd buy the colours and the things that they recommended, and then I'd come home, watch their tutorials and have a play. And that was really when I learned to do makeup on myself. It was following their tutorials, and I just think they're both lovely, aren't they? And they're still around, they're still doing videos, aren't they? Yeah, and it was Nick actually that got me into the cream colour base, which is the product that I went to John Lewis the other day to replace because I've been using it for such a long time. I'd run out, and I think it is my favourite highlighter of the moment too. So I love that. What do you think? Those, just a nice subtle grey, isn't it? I think that's really flattering. And then on another MAC brush, this one here, is this the, what's this? I've got this in the long handle and the short handle, but I think the numbers have rubbed off. Yeah, I've had them that long. I can't tell you what number they are because they've all rubbed off. But I'm going to use this one with a bit of this. It's like a dark blue with a slight silver shimmer running through it. And I'm going to get a bit of that on this brush and just place it in the outer corner of my lower lid, and I'm going to go over and blend all this in a minute. There we go, just to deepen up that outer corner, give a bit more dimension to my eye. Same again over here. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, so it's almost blue. It's great, but it's almost blue. And I used to think I could never wear blue eyeshadows with green eyes. I thought it'd just clash and look horrible. But I don't know, I've been getting into blue eyeshadow a bit more lately. The subtle wearable blues, you know, I don't want to be Barbara Cartland or anything like that. Yeah, I did a video on blue eyeshadow. If you saw it, you'll know what I mean. Anyway, I've got this MAC big fluffy brush here, and I'm going to go over and just give it all a blend now. It's really, really important that we blend our eyeshadow well, especially when we get into our upper 40s as I am. We don't want any harsh lines. There. And on the other side. Okay. There we go. Now, I want something, a little bit of a highlight shade on the inner corner, I think. And I think I'm going to use this one, this matte sort of pinky creamy colour here with that brush, and just place it on that inner corner. Yeah, and same over here, just to brighten me up a bit in there. Yeah, that's nice. And then finally, this shimmery white shade on the finger, little bit, just on that lower centre, going into the inner corner a little bit. Yeah, nice, isn't it? There we go. Do you have any favourite MAC eyeshadows? Any that you used to use back in the day? I remember Satin Taupe was always my favourite, and there was one called Woodwinked as well that was very popular. Do you remember Woodwinked? And All That Glitters, that lovely champagne peach colour, that was really nice too. Okay, now moving on to eyeliner. Some of my favourite eyeliners of the moment are these MAC Colour Excess gel liners, and this one is in the shade Hellbent, and it's a lovely, it's like a petrol sort of teal, like a bluey grey. It's a gorgeous colour, and it has great staying power as well. So I'm just going to hold my lid and just run this across my lash line there, and then I'm going to do a little tight line underneath. There you go. Make those lashes look a bit thicker. Same again over here. Yeah, I think these are my favourite eyeliners that you can get at the moment. I love the brown one as well. What's it called? I think it's called Skip the Waitlist. It's gorgeous, like a bronzy brown. It's beautiful. There we are. Really like that. Now then, I'm going to move on to this mascara, this MAC Stack Mascara. And where's my little bit of cardboard? Here it is. It's one of these, the MAC Stack. Now, I haven't ever tried this because if you've seen me before, you'll know that I'm in a long-term committed monogamous relationship with my YSL Lash Clash mascara in the waterproof. I love it so much. It just does everything I want a mascara to do. It doesn't do any of the bad things that mascaras can sometimes do, and I just love it. But because this one was in my free gift from MAC, I thought I'm going to give it a try. So here we go. Actually, should I curl my lashes? I think I'll curl my lashes. And I do actually have, from years ago, a MAC eyelash curler. That pink pad isn't the original though. I've had to change that. But I've had this for about 15 years. And as long as you do keep the pads changed every few months or so, they last a long time. It's a really good quality one. So, right, let's go in with this then and see what I think. Oh, so the brush, it's one of those plasticky brushes. Oh, it's got a bit of a smell. I don't really like the smell. It smells like paint. That quite a strong paint smell. I hope that's not going to stick around. Don't want me eyelashes smelling of paint all day. That's lovely. That's really nice. Now, it's not waterproof. It doesn't say it's waterproof. And I do need a waterproof mascara because I get quite oily lids, and non-waterproof mascaras do smudge quite badly on me. That's gone on beautifully, and it's got a good amount of impact. It's got good volume. I really like that. I'm going to put a bit on the bottom as well. I wouldn't normally do bottom lash mascara, but I don't know, I'm just feeling it today for some reason. And if you're going to test out a mascara, you might as well give it the full test. Just go through that like that. I'm liking that so far. I'm quite surprised. Any other mascara I've tried that's not been my YSL, I've been a bit so-so, but I quite like that. Let's do the other side. So in with the lash curler, and then through with this. That does go on really nicely. Wow. Maybe I need to give MAC mascaras another chance. Don't know. What do you think? Have you ever used MAC mascaras? Do you get on with them? Wow, I like that. The true test will be, how does it wear through the day? That's the true test, isn't it? Filthy hands now. Okay, I'm just going to pause you while I go and wash my hands. Please hold. Ah, that's better. Clean fingers now. Right, now when I did my cheeks, I meant to go over with my cream colour base in the shade Hush. Now this is the reason why I went to John Lewis the other day and went to the MAC counter, because I've used this on and off for about 15 years. It's just a gorgeous cream highlighter. I'll put it there next to, yeah, that eyeliner didn't come off when I washed my hands. You need a proper makeup remover to take that off. But it just gives a gorgeous, very subtle glow. And I prefer this to a powder highlighter. And I think I prefer it to the liquid highlighters that you can get as well, because it doesn't actually look like I have any highlighter on. It just looks like my skin is glowing. Got the Real Technique setting brush here as well, which is ideal for highlighter. Look at that. Oh, would you believe it? The postman's here as well now. Please hold again. Hello, right, I am going to get this look finished today. I know we're over half an hour already, but stick with me, we're nearly done. Okay, so I was talking to you about the, the cream colour base, and I use this with the setting brush from Real Techniques and just literally place it over my cheekbones, and it just gives me the most beautiful, natural glow that I think is really, really flattering. Can you see what that's done? Really like it. Now, lips. We're on to the last step now. We made it. Right. And in the free gift, as I said earlier, I got this pencil in the shade Whirl. And I really like this colour. It's a very natural shade. It kind of matches my own lip colour. Okay, so it's slightly darker, but I just like to line the edge like this, and then on the bottom lip too. There we go. Nice, isn't it? It really goes well with this cool toned look, I think, this pencil in Whirl. And oh dear, I've got three options. I've got one of the new formula lipsticks in the shade Mehr, because this is one of my favourite lip colours from MAC. I've got the new lip balm that I got in the free gift, and I've got one of their long-lasting liquid lip colours as well. And this one is in the shade, is it, what does that say? Decadence, number 75. But I think I want to use this in the shade Mehr because I want to see how different the formula is to the old formula that I used to love. Now I got the small size of this because, you know, you don't know if you're going to like it or not, do you? So I thought I'll get this and try it out. It's a lovely cool toned pink, this one. Oh, it smells nice, vanilla. Ooh, it's very matte actually. I can feel that it's a matte lipstick. I might want to put a bit of gloss over that. I don't have a MAC lip gloss, but if I did, I think I'd want to put some over that because that does feel quite matte and quite dry. But overall, I really, really love this cool toned look. I love this grey palette on the eyes, the encrypted kryptonite on my eyes. I love the Fleur Power blush with that cream colour base in Hush over the top. And I love the shade of this lipstick as well, this blue pink lipstick. So there you go. That's my full face of MAC makeup. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on MAC as a brand. What are your favourite products from them? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.